Dirt Cup round 2. Here we go.
Much better start. Trey Starks will still lead him in turn number 1. Here comes McFadden. Starks goes across the nose. Here's Tanner Holmes side by side for second.
Tanner wants to get second away from that car that he normally drives down in California. Caution flag out on the racetrack. Jesse Schlotfeld, the birthday boy, around in the second turn, and we're going to have to try this a third time. Off the fourth corner. Top of the cushion in 1 and 2. Once again goes Starks as everybody makes it through the first corner this time. A couple of drivers a little crossed up, but we can get everybody through 3 and 4. Okay, Starks leads lap number 1 of Dirt Cup and pockets the first $300.
Tanner Holmes in third. He's getting pressure from Shane Golubic. Golubic closing on Holmes for third over in turns 3 and 4. Golubic off the bottom, but Holmes powers away off the high side and hangs on to third at lap number 2. Big group of cars right behind him battling for about 7th and 8th. Caleb off of turn 2.
There's a lot of racing room out on this track because I think you've got 3 distinct lines around Skagit Speedway. The Don line in the middle, pretty darn good. Joel Myers Jr. hanging out in there trying to move forward. Already into slower traffic at the back of the field. It comes fast. It took 5 laps for Trey Starks to find the back. You've got Corey Eliason plowing up the racetrack. They're almost 3 wide in front of your leader. Wheel stand by Starks, but he settles it back down, getting into 1 as they're starting to close up the gap on him.
Trey Starks going to have to find his way through lap traffic because here comes James McFadden, and there goes Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes into the second spot and now closing on Starks for the lead.
Found the gap up and around the high side did. Holmes accelerated past and made the move. Starks gets to the top to lap Elias, and now Holmes 2 car lengths back of him. Battle for the lead is on at the completion of lap 8.
Tanner Holmes a car length off the back bumper, and Trey Starks goes down to the inside. Side by side for the lead in turn number 2. Starks powers away to 2 car lengths down the backstretch, but Tanner Holmes is there.
Tanner Holmes sniffing the biggest race win of his life. Car in front of him closes off the groove. It's Caden Steele. Holmes has to pedal it for a second. Now McFadden to the inside. They're almost side by side. Coming off the corner, McFadden threatens. Holmes counters and gets by.
James McFadden going to be pinned behind a lap car now. Tanner Holmes can pull away a little bit and start his pursuit once again to Trey Starks. Starks mired in thin lap traffic. Holmes rolling the bottom and starting to reel him back in lap traffic. 2 car lengths separate them into 3 and 4. And here comes James McFadden on the bottom.
McFadden found some speed down low once he got clear of Steele, another Tarleton & Sons car, now to the low side. McFadden nose ahead of Holmes coming out of the second corner. Momentum from the high groove keeps Holmes in the spot, but J-Mac on the hunt. He's found something down low. He's got Brooks right in front of him, who was running the high side. Crisscross positions with Schlotfeld. Slide job in the corner. No leader off turn number 2 is Tanner Holmes.
Tanner Holmes looking to lead lap number 14 off of turn number 4. He'll dive down inside of the lap car. Tanner Holmes leads lap 14.
Tanner Holmes now your leader. He will pace this field as he'll slide up ahead and put Schlotfeld in the rear view mirror. McFadden trying to get up and around Dominic Gordon as Starks got to start clearing traffic because Holmes is streaking away from him.
Tanner Holmes, your leader, picking up the money, $300 a lap. Trey Starks keeping him well within striking distance, though, as Holmes is pinned behind a lap car a little bit. Here comes Trey Starks. Starks slicing into the lead.
Starks trying to close on Holmes into the top of 1 and 2. Cars side by side next to him. It is Becker in the 7. Brooks changes lines. 1 slowing at the top of turn number 4. That'll bring out the caution.
Justin Peck slowing on the high side of turn number 4, bringing out the caution flag at lap number 16. 16 down, 20-40 going, we're back underway. Good restart for Starks there on the bottom of the racetrack, side by side momentarily. He'll have a look to the inside into turn number 1.
Trey Starks down low. Ooh, power in the 55 car. Pill change might be showing his effect. Through the corner, didn't complete the slide job. Holmes leads, Starks right there.
Trey Starks going to take the lead back into turn number 2. Starks shoots past Holmes. Holmes closes back in though.
Tanner Holmes not letting Trey Starks go. It's lap number 18, and Trey Starks back to the point. And now no lap cars in between. Your leader running up front. Tanner Holmes and Trey Starks free of traffic for a second. Starks now taking on Garcia.
Trey Starks had to lift a little bit, close quickly on Gage Garcia, and Tanner Holmes has it down to under 5 car lengths into turns 3 and 4. Tanner Holmes is closing on your leader, Trey Starks, with 14 to go.
Oh, love tap from Starks to Garcia to get by him. Here's Holmes up on the top, but he couldn't keep his momentum up. He kind of cheated his way to the cushion. I think that cost him. So Starks around. Holmes now has to get around the 2K as we're down to 13 laps left.
Tanner Holmes stalking Trey Starks, now works to the middle of turns 1 and 2. Starks pulls away though. High side much better at 1 and 2. Starks caught up once more on lap traffic. Here comes Tanner Holmes closing back in.
Holmes way better coming off of turn number 4. Stark's going to have to make all the right moves going forward, and they're racing in multiple lines ahead of him. Holmes head of steam into 3 through the middle, bid for the lead off the corner.
Trey Starks now knows Tanner Holmes is there, and he's got to go with 11 to go. Starks continues to run the high side. Thick lap traffic had nearly had it boxed in there, but the ocean clears, and here goes Trey Starks.
Squeezed right up in between the car and the wall. Just enough room for Starks, who will get back down to the bottom at 1 and 2 as he comes up to try to put a lap on Dominic Gordon. Trey Starks really comfortable.
He's got lap traffic right in front of him just a little bit as the lap car peels in front of the 18T at Tanner Holmes down the backstretch for the final time.
He is a Skagit Speedway Triple Crown champion. Dirt Cup 53 to Trey Starks. Tanner Holmes in second. Give third to James McFadden.